Oh, and Fee, where's Fee? I don't know. She'll be on when she's on. And Kylie, where's Kylie? Where are they? Anyway, everyone will be on when they're on. I'll just put it in the chat. We are on. Oh, I know that yeah, anyway, I know that they know that it would be on, so we'll just see when they get on. Awesome. So tonight's sesh, ladies, welcome, welcome, welcome. We do have a few of our sisters that um, are going through some challenging times, don't we all? Life doesn't stop lifing. This is what's it all about. But this is also when we get to come together and support each other and send love out to the ether for that. And I am going to let you know that this week all decisions need to be made by Friday. Why is that? Because we have a retrograde coming. So if you want to make your important decisions, like make them now, get the things done, get organized, and do it before Friday because that's when shit hits the fan, basically, in the ether, in the universal print, and things become even a bit more challenging. Here we go. We've got some more coming through. Amazing. Um, so yeah, this week is I'm going to send out actually probably in the next 24, 48 hours, I will be sending out um, basically an agreement. It will look like questions that I need to know about the retreat, questions I need to know about you, your health, your wellness, where you're at, what you want to facilitate. I'll have a checklist on there. And also, look, everyone's coming in now. One sec. A checklist in there, and I will send this out in like a jot form if anyone's used jot form or type form. My VA is onto it right now where you'll be able to go in, you can tick the boxes, answer where you need to answer questions, and also sign your life away to say yes to Bali. Your life away in a good way. But yeah, so that will be coming out. That's me just officially doing that. There's also the beautiful um, Kirsten, am I saying? Oh, Kristen,
Kristen.
who's Kristen, get the R wrong.
Yes.
Kristen is going to be coming out as our photographer from Australia. She's going to join us as a sister with her beautiful gifts, which is photography. She's amazing. She can maybe drop her link in the chat so we can all stalk you and have a look at all your content. And she's actually choosing to fly up to be with us in retreat to actually capture you in the next level version of yourself. So she'll be bringing all of your juiciness to the forefront in her photo shoot. Do you want to share a little bit about what you do, or like what made you start this passion of yours, and a little bit about your journey? Just light them up a little bit here before we go into a drop in, and then I'll jump into facilitation around actually running a workshop, which is what tonight's call is about. But let's just go over the Bali deets right now. So we've got Kristen who's joined the team for photography. She's going to be flying out with us to take absolutely incredible photos for you while you're out there. So there will be a bit where you have to sign your consent for that too. So yeah, full circle. That's what I was getting to. Go, Kristen. Share a little bit about you.
Sorry, I'm typing and trying to multitask. Hey guys, so my name's Kristen. I've been getting called Kirsten since I was born, so you can call me Chris. So I have been taking photos now for 18 years. I've worked at 18 years next month. And it started just as a hobby, and for the last 5 years, I've been a professional photographer. So I kind of do a little bit of everything, but I'm more branching out into like personal branding, working with businesses. I do a lot of stuff for Airbnbs. Basically, I do stuff that enables me to travel. So travel is my absolute passion. I've been, I don't know what you need to know about me, but I've been around Australia 4 times. I've been to loads of countries. I've scuba dived, I've hiked. I just like to have a bit of fun. I've been to Bali more times than I can remember. And my
Who would love
photography,
more of a life like that?
yes,
That's
my
what we're
photography
covering.
is just all about having a good time, making people laugh, and trying to take like more candid shots. But I mean, the reality is not every photo is candid, but Yeah, as much as possible, just get people to relax, have fun, and try and take really beautiful photos that people see and go, "Oh, I actually don't hate myself in that photo."
Yes.
I feel good about
Agree.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I edit photos. It's fairly minimal my editing, but enough to just that you may not notice. You might just go, "Oh, that's the most beautiful photo of me," but it's definitely been edited. So, as an example of that, my I took some photos for my best friend for her son's graduation, and she's like, "Chris, did you do anything to me?" And I'd given her a few more highlights and fixed a few little bits and pieces, and she absolutely had no idea that I'd touched a single thing. So that's what I want people to see when they see my photos, just to think that's you. It's perfect. And
Yeah.
you are perfect the way you are. Sorry, no one needs editing, no one needs Photoshop.
But it's nice to just add a little bit.
I appreciate just a tweak, just a small tweak, just a little a
So good.
facial,
So good.
a Kristen Shaw
Who
photography
who
facial.
who's loving Kristen's energy? Like the minute I got on a call with her, yeah, everyone's like, yeah, I can feel it. That's how I felt when I got on a call with her, and I was like,
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
good vibe, gonna fit in. It's gonna be a vibe. And
Yeah, I think it's
that's
gonna
what
be
you want
fun.
when you want a good photographer. Like you want someone that you feel like a sister with when you're doing photos. I've got one of them myself that I'm so blessed to share so many retreats with. And we just vibe. And so when I do my photo shoots with her, it's amazing. Like I feel so confident and so easygoing, like comfortable. And that's what I can feel from Kristen is that she's going to make each and every one of you feel so comfortable that you can shine in your feminine goddess and be seen in all of who you truly are and capture that. So that's what our intention is. And I know that it will be achieved. So that's
And I think
exciting.
everyone's going to be in a good mood anyway. And that's such a good basis for taking a good photo. Like when you're happy, it comes through in photos.
Yeah. So beautiful. All right, beauties. So I would love if Tina would drop us in with a short meditation and then I know we've got a little challenge tonight, so hopefully everyone has got a glass of water with them. A glass of water, specifically Kangen water. No, I know that a couple of you don't have it yet, but yeah, once you know, you know, you can't go back. Um, but yeah, grab a glass of water because we're going to do something funky and fun for the retreat promos. All right, so take it away, Tina.
Awesome. Can you hear me? Yeah. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. I've just coming off the tail end of a 5-day massage training that I've been running. So definitely been doing a lot of drop-ins. So I just got on my phone and sat here and I'm on this like altar with all of these different card decks. So I thought, I'm going to pull a card for us, and I pulled this giraffe, which is visionary. And it's all about rising above earthly matters and knowing, we're all here because we're visionaries, and we are choosing to live a life that's out of the ordinary. So part of the giraffe medicine is being able to really stand, look what giraffes do. They stand so tall that they can even be, they're the tallest animals. So we're here to really stand tall. And I think that was really like, okay, let's do a really drop in about our fullest, let's be seen kind of power. So just wanting you to close your eyes down and sit up really straight, like you're standing really tall. And even just visualize that on top of your crown chakra, on top of your head, that there's this etheric string that's like pulling you up. And as it's pulling you up, it's just really allowing your spine to just lengthen. It's lengthening your spine so that you're becoming a little bit taller. Because sometimes when we're busy with life, we can hunch over, our shoulders get heavier, and we think, oh, I've got this burden of, whatever's going on in our life. There's so much going on right now around us. So sometimes we can shrink down. So we're just being invited to really stand tall. So let yourself be stretched up by this etheric light that's going to just pull your mental space back up into a visionary space where it's really light, where there's not really any obstacles, where there's no like, things that you have to organize or plan or think what if. So you're just being pulled up, and the longer you're being pulled up, the more that you can see the visions of what really brought you here in the first place. So I just want you to take a nice breath in, hold on to that breath, And as you exhale, exhale with a gentle ah, like ah, as if you're letting it all out. And just do that once more, taking a breath in, holding that breath, exhaling out with a ha. Ah. Now I'm just going to invite you to visualize this, this like light string just starting to enter into your body, through your mind, down into your heart, all the way down to the base of your body where you're sitting down, and allow it to just like drop down into the earth. And just feel yourself really anchoring. And this is like this tube or this like light cord of energy, which is allowing you to be visionary and grounded at the same time. So we're here in this space, on this call, on this journey to go to Bali together to really ground our visions. So we're really here to ground our visions. So just going to, before we come back out, just ask yourself, what is my highest vision? How can I stand tall and be proud of standing tall? Allowing yourself to lengthen out of any dross that's going out in your life, and allowing yourself to ground down into the earth so that you can ground your visions and manifest them, make them come true. So when you're ready, slowly coming back into the space, moving your toes and your fingers. I'm just going to invite you just to maybe write down a few words on what your vision is. That the deep vision that's really bringing you into this space that keeps you saying yes again and again.
Drop it in the comments, guys.
Yeah, drop it in the comments. What is your vision? Why are you here?
What landed, and any celebration for Tina as well. We can always celebrate our sisters. Never get used to celebrating our sisters. It's going to become culture.
Thanks, Alana. Back to you.
Here to set people free. That's how I read that. Thank you, Carly. Sisterhood and build community. I think it's going to be an amazing experience where lifelong friends will be made, yeah, and collaborations and all sorts of journeys from here. Like this is one experience of many. Embodying the leadership alongside so many leaders. Yes. Tina, that was beautiful. Your
Thank
soul and
you.
energy. Yeah. Help people get back to their health and vitality. Boom, boom.
Mm.
To remember that feeling, Carla, that you bring to this life call. You just always bring the vibe. I love it. Um, community and growth. Love it. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's so nice to consider like the perspective of the giraffe, right? Being above it all, above the noise, the sounds, the chaos, the children, the spilling of milk, the things that life throws at us each and every day. And actually getting a perspective lens of like, whoa, what is possible here? And why am I truly here? What am I truly here for? And knowing that like in this community, in this space, in this collaboration, like we're weaving together so much magic, and you're getting, it doesn't work without each and every one of you, right? This is like the thing that I need you to remember is that this is our retreat. This is our retreat. This is an opportunity for you to deeply step in and be a key piece in this retreat. And that's whether you turn up to show up in, for all of it and just be there completely surrendering to receiving, but being fully present with that receiving. And or you desire, oh my gosh, I'm going to step in like Tina just stepped in and do a piece and share something and just see what happens on that, in that realm, in that version of me. And tonight's call is all about like how to do a workshop, because sometimes what we find I'm going to do the piece at the end, Sammy. I hope you don't mind. Or like maybe in a little bit. We'll bring some vibes in the middle. But I'm going to just keep going because I'm channeling right now. Um, Sometimes I remember for myself personally, I'll start share through my own personal experience, is I had so much shit, right, in my life. I had so many stories, so many, like I cannot tell you how many stories I have that were a lot of them were a lot of traumas. And a lot of learnings come from traumas. But, how was I going to bring forth something that could transform someone, right? Because I knew that that's what I wanted to do. I definitely loved doing it. I knew that things that I shared was always transformational. Just me being me, overcoming the things that I'd overcome was also enough. But bringing it into a workshop was like, oh, okay, there's so many pieces. Where do I go? From here to here or over here? Or, and I had to really bring it in. And it starts with just choosing one thing. And as you start to develop, you might learn to add in more things. But I'm going to give you all the juicy extras that you can definitely add in your workshop. But what you want to do is really start to tune in to one gift or one experience. So for me, it's all about embodiment. Retreats are usually 95% embodiment. It's all about delivering something that can be experienced versus you speaking about, right? But there is opportunity if you feel really called to just be speaker mode, sure. But mostly in a retreat space, it's a shared embodiment piece. You're instructing, you're facilitating is the word that um, facilitators use. And so and Tans, you would have learnt this learning your gifts in the bar, is it called? Have I got it right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's his bad. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you go into that, you learn how to hold the space. You learn how to create something that someone can actually start to do with you or like with themselves or with a partner. It can be a partner thing, it can be a group exercise, it could be a self exercise like a visualization, what we just did. So I'm going to run through an A to Z of just things that you can think about when you're formulating something that you want to host, right? And I really highly encourage that you all give this a go. And you may choose to do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. You may want to have an hour. You've got to let me know. This will be in the questionnaire, and I will do my best to figure out how we move it all into pieces. And in a flow that works for retreat because retreat is like a million workshops in one, but it's still the same. You still create it with a flow, right? So there's still the start and then there's the end, and in the journey there's a certain flow. And this is going to be what a workshop starts with. So always when you're facilitating, when you're running a workshop, you've got to think about, firstly, what is your intention for the experience? So deeply connecting to whether it be self-love, maybe it may be movement, it may be full expression, liberation, it could be a combination, but really dropping into, I really want people to feel, or I really want people to know that this, or I really want people to be able to feel this, or I really just want them to have fun, really dropping into what you want to create for them and not over-analyzing it like it's got to be the most amazing transformational thing that ever happened, because I've done that too. It's like, how do I make it mean something? Trust me, you host something, everyone's going to have a different experience of it, but not without a doubt, they're going to love it. Like, a lot of the times it will be in your own mind that you build constructs that make you feel like what you're doing isn't going to be as impactful as you want it to be, but it will be if you trust. And this is going to be a piece I'll talk to as well. So we start with our intention. So if you have notepads, definitely start writing this down. What do I want to experience? What do I, and it can be about you too, sis. Like you can go, you know what? I just want to know what it feels like to stand up and facilitate in a bridesmaid's dress, like in a bride's dress, or in like my underwear, or like we heard from Kristen, she was in her underwear. She wanted to do shadow work in her underwear. Like you also get to do it for you because it's your edge. And when you challenge your own edge, then outside of your reality, it shifts and changes. When you stay comfortable, things stay the same. So when you choose something that's an edge for you, and that may just be hosting the workshop in a beautiful white dress, but it also may not. It may be like, oh, maybe I can turn this up a little bit. Maybe I haven't tried to expand this to its fullest of what I could bring. And this is something that I've been learning in my own reality right now with my silent disco ecstatic dance journeys that I run. I've been invited to do an entrepreneurial event next week. I've partnered with a DJ for the first time for this one, and he's brought to my awareness preparation and performance. He's like, this is a performance. And I was like, what? He's like, we need to perform this. We need to know when each other's coming on. We're going to have lights. Like, it's going to be a show. So it's not only now are we curating a journey that I've been so comfortable to do, and this is the thing. At first, that wasn't comfortable. So it was really good to do that just as I did it each time, with an altar, with the headphones in my normal clothes that feel comfortable. That was amazing. I've now done that experience for 5 years, and I actually said to myself on the beach when I ran my last one, this is getting boring for me now. I think I need to challenge myself. I'm going to learn to DJ and I've got to turn it up. I should be in sparkles. I should be in something crazy like this. I need to level it up. And of course, I manifested a DJ teacher, a DJ to do this mix with. And now he's also teaching me about performance and really blowing it up. So we've got both of us have these LED lights. I'm going to spoil alert it now. So if you come to the event, you're going to know about it. We're going to basically both turn halfway on, halfway through our journey into like almost like Christmas trees. And be dancing around and it'll be epic. But, so yeah, this is something you can also start to consider when you're creating it. What would bring me joy right now? I remember I always wanted to do like a bride's dress. Like I want to be a bride somewhere on stage. And one of my friends actually spoke on stage in a wedding dress, is what I was trying to say. And I was like, I want to do that. So just think about that because you can really do whatever you want. Now, as someone will, and then what will happen is you'll have like, it's going to be like ceremonial space, so you need to consider, am I going into it as a talking piece? Are they sitting down on the tables and there's going to be work booklet? Is it going to be like the human design workshop that Courtney ran? That was her standing up the front of the classroom, which felt like a classroom where people had books and she facilitated in that way. Or is it, I'm going to have everyone in circle? Do they need to come in quietly? What is the intention again? Coming back to like, what is my entrance? What is their welcoming? And as they do come in for the welcoming, it may be you just welcoming in front of the room, like who you are, where you came from, what you're about to experience. Or it may be a welcoming as in you need sage, you need something a little bit, a clearing spray if it's any healing. I know that there's going to be a bunch of healing coming up into this group as well. So as that you start to consider these are the ABCs, these are the very starts of your events. You start to consider what's it going to be like at that starting piece. So this is called the opening of a workshop, right? The opening. How does it land for you? What does it look like? How does it land for them? How do you acknowledge them? Especially one of my girlfriends, when she starts all her events, she will go, all right, I'm going to welcome you all. And she will look at each and every person in the room, make eye contact the whole way around the room. That's her way of starting her events. So choosing what it is for you. For me, when people come, I hold hands. I look them in the eyes because they're usually coming one by one. And I welcome them. I say, welcome. I drop in with them. If it's a bigger group and they're all there and I'm at a retreat, I stop and I say, let's all take a collective breath. And I get them in coherence with me and we all take a breath before I even introduce myself. So just considering these things, which are going to help you regulate not only like the guests that are coming, but yourself, because that's when you're going to be at your peak, right? Is when you're about to start something. So the greatest thing that you can do for you is consider the welcome, consider the start. How is that going to ground you? Because it's also going to ground your people because you will get in coherence with them. If you're heightened, they'll be heightened, right? So how can we all get together in the same, you know, same vibe? And so sometimes it might be just welcoming them in one by one as they come in the room, they all sit down. You're super calm by that stage because you've got through 20 people, right? It may be a saging, like, welcome. It could be all together in a breath, get everyone up, shaking, moving. So just considering what that's going to be for your workshop. And then you go into the body of the workshop. So I'll go back to welcoming, sorry. You want to say a name, sort of like, what your workshop's about, your intention. You don't have to give too much instruction, but it's nice to drop in with intention, your intention, what they may experience, just a little overview of how you got here. And Tans, just let me know. Do you do the same for what you teach, right? You might give a lineage talk. You might talk about how you got to learning it. You may, yeah,
Yeah, just sort of introducing everybody and bringing them all together into some sort of common
understanding.
understanding. Yeah. Sorry, I was struggling with I don't know where the audio button was.
You're,
I'm
yeah.
writing notes on my laptop while I'm going.
We can't hear it, so that's good. Um, and yeah, so you're just kind of giving a little intro, and a lot of that intro for me is always ever changing because each event that I do, there'll be another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. It won't be the reason that I did it 5 years ago that I'm doing it now. It will be like, oh, hey, I created this journey. I got this information, I got a download, or I really tuned in and I felt this. Same with the whole within retreat. When I welcome the whole within retreat, I will share the story about the whole within retreat coming to life because that came to life through something like this God message. And then all of a sudden I had to listen, and there's a whole thing. It was like women only. Really? And so here we are. Um, and so I share that in a way that's like really, more expressive, but also very in tune and tapped in. And then I guide into it. So this is what we'll be here for. This is what we're doing. This is how that's going to go. And that kind of just eases people's nervous systems and creates safety for people. Because if they don't somewhat know what's about to happen, and they are constantly kind of questioning and thinking. So if you can give a little beautiful overview, can really settle nerves and nervous systems and the logic mind that wants to overthink everything. Oh, wait, I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's going to calm down and allow someone to be fully present with that. Um, so yeah, welcoming. Let me just tune in if there's anything else. So I do an 8-week facilitator training, and we do modules, like we do welcoming as a whole module, and we do the body as a whole module, and we do closing as a whole module, and we do other things as well. But so I'm fast. I'm like putting myself on fast forward. Um, cool. Let me see. I feel that that's enough. Has anyone got any questions? Let's just drop in, take a deep breath, like really receive that information, be in the curiosity of that information and the curiosity of what that could look like for you. And just maybe, yeah, see if there's any questions that you want to ask, and you can come off mute, just ask them. Or yeah, or maybe if you feel just like, oh, okay, I got a light bulb and I want to share it, or something that you got to take away from.
Can I add something? I feel really passionate at the moment because I facilitate long groups. I've just done a 5-day facilitation of bodywork training, and yeah, people love to feel safe. And there's this sort of sense of safety and a sense of mystery at the same time. And it's finding that happy ground in between. It's like, we're going to do this, but then there's these surprises thrown in there. And I really like to balance out the energy of like the extroverts and the introverts. So you always get people that want to really overtalk, and others that, because, I don't know, people just talk a lot and others don't. So I really try to bring that into balance so that everyone feels safe. And that's really important. So not leaving too many vacant gaps between stuff so that the energy leaves, and just really just holding that space and really reading the energy. So I used to plan my workshops like down to the minute and then let it all go, because in the moment you've got this sort of base to fall back on, but in the moment you start reading energy, and then you start act accordingly to the energy that's present in the room or in that space. And you might just end up, as Alana says, in like a channel of like, oh, I didn't really plan for this, but this is what's coming through. But you've got the safety of your own foundations of the workshop to go back on, and you're in that energy flow.
Yeah, and that's so true. I'm so grateful you brought that, because that actually becomes a whole module in my facilitation as well, is this deep
Mhm.
understanding of energy and energetics and surrendering and to like the moment as well. Like you being fully present with what happens and being okay to really flow by being in that deep level of trust, but still holding the frame that you've created, still holding that foundation. And if we're going to talk about it in energetics, you would say the frame, the knowing what you're doing in each bit is your masculine. Then you come in and create, and then you flow in your feminine in the journey. But you've got that masculine holding you, so you can kind of relate, flow and then look, go back to what your structure was. And so you're held to the end, right? Because you know kind of where it needs to go. Um, and yeah, so that's really cool. Thank you. That was really valuable.
Can I add one more thing? Sorry, I'm just in this flow of like, yeah, just like you're on and then you're off and then you're on. And when you're on, like you're stepping through the portal and you say, I'm on now. And when you're on, you do certain things like project your voice to the back of the room rather than just talking to someone next to you. Like having a really strong, acknowledging that everyone can hear you and that you're on. And then when your workshop's over, you're off. It's like switching a light on. It's like you're on, and that you take up. It's like you allow your whole energy to take up that whole space with everybody in it. It's like you're almost hugging everybody energetically, and you're on, and you just know it. And there's no room when you're on to say, "Oh, I don't believe in myself," because usually that will make your voice go quiet, and it makes other people in the room feel unsafe. So when you're on, you're on.
Yeah.
No going back.
You go into queen vibes, babes. It's just you have to. And trust me, it's not gonna be without the voice. You are still gonna have the voice. Okay? That's gonna be there. And it's going to come in strong before and it's going to come in strong after. I'll talk about that at the end. But you will have the voice wanting to go, oh shit, I'm so overwhelmed, or things didn't go right, da, 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 blah, blah, blah. Ah. Like it is going to be there. No matter, I've been doing events for a long time. Tina's been doing events for even longer. We still have it, right? Oh, am I organized enough? Da, 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 da. Okay, the voice is going to still be there, but you've got to go, I'm choosing to be in my facilitator. And once you're in your facilitator anyway, it's that deep trust and that deep commanding, that facilitation. Like, I'm here, we're all now doing this. We are now all doing this. There's no, like, it's not a negotiable sort of thing, energy. Of course, there's space for people to be sovereign, but this is what we're doing, and I'm going to hold it. Cool. Anyone want to jump in and just like even pop in anything that they're like getting information about? Like if that's hitting you, it's like, oh, okay, cool. If you're feeling something, just share.
Feeling something.
Yeah, good.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So I've never facilitated before, so this is kind of like my little go of trying it for the first time. So apologies in advance, but I will try my best. Um, and yeah, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do, but yeah, I was talking to Kristen earlier on this week, and I'm thinking, I don't know if we're telling everyone what we're doing or we're keeping it surprises.
Well, you could share if you feel called to, and then we can do a little private session on it as well if you like to expand it out more.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, I'm just going to be wanting to teach dancing that I've been taught before. So I have never taught dancing before, but I know
Okay,
quite a bit
good. I
about it.
love it. I know where you're going with it. If you're
Yeah.
private sesh with me, we'll map it all out. It'll be
Okay.
great.
Yeah. But it
Any
might
sis
require everyone bringing like a sarong or something, so we're all, because I'm
Yeah,
wanting to have
awesome.
a
Well, let me
circle
know.
and
It's the perfect time to let me know
okay.
because I'm putting the checklist together. This
Okay.
is a good one, actually. All of you, maybe if you've got requirements,
Yeah.
put a checklist together for me. Um, that would be amazing. Yeah. Who loves dancing here? Anyone? Because we may all
Yeah.
be dancing
I won't tell you
all of
what dancing
retreat.
it is, but it will.
No, don't tell us. And
Yeah.
we're going to be
Cool.
dancing all of retreat.
Yeah.
Feminine energy dancing codes. We're
Thank
going to
you.
be vibing. Thank you. I love that. I'm so excited that you've dropped into that. Anyone else want to ask any questions, be coach, mentored, or even just share some celebrations about what you're learning? Cool. Nobody. Awesome. It's like, I think that's the time that everyone should be like, I do. Even if you have to fake it till you make it. Actually, Sammy's going to talk about this too. It's like giving energy until it's like real. Um, all right. So I'm going to move into the body of your content. So the body is the journey, it's the information, it's the education, it's what people are there for to, they're going to, they're going to have known little about what you're teaching to, by the end of it, have, this whole new experience of life. So for me, in my silent disco journeys, obviously the body is curating musical lists. The body is taking them through a vibrational change. And so making sure that I know, like, hey, well, I want to go like into the depths first. This is also retreat on a long version. So my 90-minute journey is literally is what could be mapped out in a retreat. You'll see a lot of facilitators and people running retreats. You'll go into the depth down first, like down into the junk. What's in the what's there that needs to come up? What's the limitation? What's the um stuff that we hold on to that when like that the depths, and then we start to move it up into more like the ether and the visionary and the healing and the transformation. And so that's actually how my journey goes, and sometimes it goes up and then down a little bit again, then right up. I'd love to actually inquire with Tina just in facilitating your 5-day events with healing and massage. How are you? Is the front end, what's the front end like for you in the whole journey in the body?
Um,
Do you have
well,
structure?
because we go into a vulnerable space together, because we give a lot of body work, it's about building relationships with each other. And I think that's the difference between teaching and facilitating, because teaching is like giving over information, which you kind of want to do. But facilitating is creating a culture, creating like a group energy. So we do a lot of creating group energy, and we do a lot of exposure of our shit so that we can all normalize ourselves. Yeah, and then projecting vision in the future. It's all about transformation, and transformation means you have to let go and you have to also call in, and you're in that middle, that catalyst of change. But building trust within the group. So there's just really, really small. And it also, if you're nervous and you go, oh shit, okay, I'm on, and it's just something starts to stutter, throw in a group exercise. You go, okay, turn to your partner and grab your first partner and do this, and then it takes the essence off you, takes the energy off you, and it puts it back into the group. So you're constantly putting the energy back into the group, so you don't have to hold it as much. I hope that
Yeah.
helps. Yeah.
It is true, and that can be done in different forms. So I do partner dancing, and then it could be if I'm in a workshop type thing where I'm actually like more education and teaching, then I'd be like, now go tell a sister 3 things that you've learned, and give that spaciousness for them to connect, and reflect on what they've learned. So right now, tell a sister in the chat, what are you learning? We can practice it. I'm not joking. Just like write one of the sisters' names, like I just learned, and then 3 things that you've just learned. I'm doing this on live, but I'm actually doing it for real right now.
Mm.
Amazing. And so what I'm doing here is I'm also just allowing space. And this is something you'll do in a workshop, learning how to be okay in the stillness, in the quiet, why people want to figure out what they want to say, or taking a drink of water and the whole room's gone a bit erupty and you're just gonna sit for a minute in the quiet, not having to teach or like at a fast pace, but slowing it down so that people can have time to actually answer the question or write or reflect. And what I did in that, it really, if you've noticed already, I have self-regulated. So now I'm actually quieter and I'm able to now slow things down. So if you find yourself in a place where you're like, ba ba da da ba da ba da, you can actually take a moment to be like, okay, we're just going to reflect now to our partner on ABC. And then just take a moment for yourself, regulate. As you're facilitating, you're also having to facilitate yourself throughout it as well. And when you find your nerves are getting a bit high, just be like, we're just going to take a deep breath or take a moment to close down your eyes just in peace for a few minutes and then just be okay in silence. Awesome. And because I held that space, it took a while, but we ended up getting a lot of answers in this chat. You know, there are still people that are sitting and haven't quite written in there. So how do I hold that? So maybe I just wait a bit longer. All right, beautiful. Ah, so yeah, the body is your journey. Now, I would love when you do reflect on the questionnaire that I have coming out for you, there is an opportunity in there to start to share about your ideas of what you want to train on, or what you want to share or facilitate on. And in that, if you need that extra support, like I'm here for it. Like I'll just get on a call, we'll have it mapped out in no time. But just allow yourself to be, the body could be a group exercise where, we're partnering up with one person, then we partner up with another person, then we partner up with another person. It could be something that you've done and you're like, whoa, that was so powerful. I want to do it again. I want to now facilitate it. It might be something channeled that you're like, I just know I need to do this. I need to give it a go. I need to see what happens when I do it. I'm learning to get out of my own way and go to the next level of what I need to bring through. Sis, can you say your name again so I don't get it wrong? Is it Sade? Sade. No. Am I close?
Close.
Sade.
Sade.
Sade. Yes. Oh, so scared. Sis Sade,
Oh,
this
you
will
did
help you on what
okay.
you want to achieve for your breath workshops. Yes, you can share a breath workshop with us. Please do. And it's a safe space to do that. And we can go deeper with that at work, if you like, outside of this call as well. Yeah, I can make some juicy nut, yummy extra bits as well. And like you may need extra bits. The last one we did breath work on the first day. It's usually a first day or a second day experience. And we were surrounded by all these flowers. It was so beautiful. So at the end, as support to the facilitator who was one of my guests that came out, similar as you, Sade, who hosted it, we were at the end handing out these beautiful flowers and they're just holding it after their beautiful journey. And so there's things like that, or putting flowers on their foreheads, and like this is what we get to do to our women, our sisters. We get to like flower them afterwards if we want to. Uh, and the photos and the videos of that, really good. Yeah. I just learned holding space for people. You don't have to do it alone. Yes. Or you don't have to be alone. No. I love the point about putting the energy back into the group. Yeah, beautiful. Guys, I am learning that facilitating is hard, but we all can do hard, and we have done hard. This is a safe space. I would say facilitating is a way to learn deep layers of trust. And the more you facilitate, the stronger you become in surrendering to that every moment is meant to be the way that it is. Because you'll have preconcepted how it's meant to go different, and you'll then do this on the other side, which I was talking about. This negative self-talk will come back in, about, oh, I didn't do it this way. I could have said that, blah, blah, blah. That happens. But then what will happen is someone in your group, and I highly recommend everyone on the finishing, so this is now moving to the end bit, you start to ask for reflections. I'd love to hear what was your biggest takeaway, or I'd love to hear what your experience was. Let's do a share circle. We're all women. We all love to talk. We're going to want to share our experience, or we're going to share what we've learned about. In that, your reflection is going to come back about what's happened for you, for those people. And in that is the building of the fact that it's always perfect, because at the very least, you've changed one person's life. But I still to this day have only had one person out of all of my journeys not like just be so hard shelled that they didn't get there, right? And in that reflection is a really beautiful moment for you to sit and receive it, because you're still going to probably try and bounce it off. Someone's going to say you're amazing, and you're still going to try and bounce it off, because I really encourage on this bit to like open the shoulders. We can do this at retreat, by the way. If I notice that physiology is off, if you're all okay with it, I'll get you into receiving energy so that you can fully receive it and land it in your body, because that will make you stronger over and over and over again when you can fully receive the reflections of what people have got from your work, your gifts. And so that takes practice as well. That's a self-facilitation piece. So you're going to have to self-facilitate yourself in that bit. You're like, oh, okay, oh, shoulders back. Oh, let it get inside me, let it land, let it anchor, let it be true. Let me let it be true, you know? So the ending is always, yeah, a closing down, a finale, an ending, a share. What else is there that you can do in the end? I feel like it's like the closing. So it's just bringing everything home. And I find the easiest way to bring everyone home is a reflection of what the experience was. Any other suggestions in the group for any facilitators that are on the group? Tina, do you have anything? You just basically close down the circle, reflect over the day, share any transformation. Yeah.
Yeah, because we do a lot of body work. We do a grounding meditation, and everyone has the option to share, but if people don't want to share, I just really felt to add that, like, as a facilitator, you have to be strong because you're creating a transformational space. And sometimes someone might go through something and it's not because of you, it's because of what they're going through. I just have this example. Once I had a friend come and facilitated a dance piece in one of our deep dive trainings, and someone sat down in the back, someone cried, and a few different things happened, and she just blamed it on herself, and it made her lose her potency during the experience. And I just knew it wasn't her. Like but her her light dimmed because she started to think, oh, that I'm not doing it right, or they don't like me, or they don't like what I'm doing. And I think that's a really strong part. And it's something that I've had to really work on over the years, is that it's not because of me, it's because of what they're going through. And the best thing I can do when I see someone out of sorts is to go over to them with love. So, you okay? Or go someone that's holding space with me. I say, can you just check on them or something like that? Like, but it's not because of what we're going through, because transformation isn't all about always being light. It's about people going through a catalytic change, and that can be taking space or crying, all different kinds of things like that.
Mm.
I hope that was okay.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. And thank you for bringing that reflection up. And that's true. There's going to be people that will disassociate, or some that will, get fidgety because, that's just how they nervous system responding. Or there will be tears, there will be laughter, there will be all sorts of things, right? And it's allowing for that. And one of my teachers, he said, you can only lead to the capacity of the amount of like chaos you're willing to hold, like it's like, and still being in the journey, because when you get to really big events, you're gonna have like 50, 100 people. You've got the extrovert, introverts, you've got loud people, you've got like people and things going on all the time, right? And it's learning to still hold that anchor, that groundedness of your facilitation. And in anything like uh, for those that have facilitated or been to workshops would know this one. If people are going through a process, you less touch them. You can touch them on their feet, like grounding kind of touches, but you will allow for the spaciousness for them to have their healing. And if need be, there'll be me in the space, there'll be Tina in the space, there'll be people that are very well educated on trauma-informed responses that will be able to, if need be, if it goes to a point where we need to, you know, take it out of the space, or, like, I mean, this is going to be this is going to be us guys, and we're emotional beings. I know for me, I bawled like a baby when one of my other facilitators was facilitating. I was bawling, I was crying. It was the most beautiful thing ever. I released so much. I was like, and they held that space in the breath work. Sade, this is something, there's a lot of screaming, and there's lots, there could be orgasms. I've seen it all in breath work. And it's just being prepared for that. But there's no, yeah, like you said, Tina, bringing love, because we are nurturers and women, and we're in a kind of really safe space. Like, bringing love and gentle touch is fine, but going in and like hugging someone is usually not the right response, just FYI. And that's for all participants, knowing this about, like, with other women in the space. Like, if someone's outside having a bawling session because they've had this most amazing breakthrough, try to let them have that space rather than come into their space, because there'll be a process that's happening that's allowing that emotion to come through and out the body. So that's really good. And the same with laughter and fun and joy. All of it. Okay, and so finishing up, yeah, wrapping up. Everyone feeling like more confident about running a workshop now? Yeah, like you're kind of getting the gist. You're like, oh yeah, see what's here, what's here. Nice. I had another one. Yeah, I think the other one is, if you do need helper, if you want support, you want a private session, I'm sure Tina would be absolutely happy to jump on as well. If there's questions, like, come and bring them. We'll do a little private session. Let's create it. We've got 10 weeks, I think. Maybe it's down to 9. I don't know. It was 11 weeks the other day. It's 10. I was like, I think it's 10 weeks now till retreat. So that's a good, beautiful amount of time, but it will also go fast. So yeah, taking time to, yeah, come and bring those to me and curating it. And we can also do miniature versions of it throughout the next 5 weeks of calls because we're bi-weekly. There may be an opportunity just to test it out, even as well, like a 20-minute sesh online. Like Tina was like, I've been wanting to do this drop in, now she got to do a drop in, and that just builds her confidence and her courage for things that she wants to do at the retreat or in general. Like it could be totally not related to what you're doing at retreat, but you just want to do a drop in. Like come and do a drop in. I'd love it. Like more people dropping us in at the start. So stoked for it. And that will just start to build that muscle of trust and being in the channel. But yeah, retreats, events, all of it, facilitation is a deep trust. You have to fully trust that yourself and back yourself and just when you're in, you just get in, you just get into the channel. It's like getting into the vortex. You're there, you're doing it, you're channeling it. You get out of the mind, you get in the body. And so that's why that start piece, for those that haven't facilitated much, or like really making sure that you're finding your start piece that anchors you into your own channel. So if it's 3 breaths, 4 breaths, 5 breaths, whether it's shaking, so that you can get out of your own mind. It's for the people, but it's for you too. Like really finding what that bit is for you so that you can be anchored in your channel and ready to go. All right. Have I left anything off the table for others? Any questions? If there's no questions, if there's questions, I'd love it. If there's no questions, it's perfect too. We can leave it at that. That is where we're gonna go from there. Anyone? I can feel maybe Kylie's about to ask a question. No. Yes, she is.
Yeah, me again.
I can read energy, guys. I don't know if you know this.
Searching for the thing.
But I kind of know what's going on all the time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, let you know what's needed there's not much needed, but do you have music and things like that there? Right, like
Yeah.
there'll be something
So we'll
to
have
plug into.
speaker, microphone, headsets.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, great
Oh,
question.
always wanted to wear a headset.
Yeah. Right.
Is that with a mic?
Well, there's a microphone for the silent disco headsets. But yes, if you need something, again, this is the time. Do you need a whiteboard? Like there's a whiteboard. Okay, there's already a whiteboard at this location. Are you all just gonna do you need sleeping masks? You know what I mean? Like just yeah, we're just gonna have a vibe. Maybe you want to run a pool party. Honestly, you could literally do anything, and that's the point. I want you guys to be in your creativity and your joy about this, so you come out buzzing. But also, if you want it to mean something, make it mean something. If you want it to just be like full send it, just full send it. This is that opportunity. Remember, you're gonna have power photos with Kristen. You're gonna have photography, videography as well. So it's just so much beauty that's gonna be captured when you get to reflect back on it. You're gonna be like, whoa, I did that, and that's epic. Awesome. All right. I think there was no questions in the chat, so yay, love it. What do we got for time wise? All right, we're on exactly on the hour. Okay, so I'm going to finish off with Sammy is going to just quickly jump on out. By the way, no doubt her piece is going to be like confidence, content, like it is just what she loves, right? It's also about what you love, what you're good at, she didn't do content school. She just found out that she's really good at content and loves it. It's like brings her joy. And so now she's sharing that gift with us. She's actually also a body worker. So she could have done that, but she loves and gets joy from creating content and would love to give that forward. So remember that there's sales, there's any sort of thing that you can think of that you can facilitate. I'm telling you, you can come up with some incredible, cool ideas. But Sammy, are you still there? I know she was having issues with her internet, so maybe she's not even here. I can't see. She's not here. No. Her internet must have shut down. So there was an idea that we wanted to do, and I did encourage you guys to send me a video, and it didn't happen last time. I think I got one video of like why am I going to retreat? And then a selfie video. So I don't know what Sammy was going to do, but I'd love to complete that. So right now, hope most of you on your laptops, if you're on your phone, you're just going to make a commitment that when you get off in a minute, you're going to get the phone out and say, I'm coming retreat because da 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 da, whatever comes out of your mouth. Anything's perfect. Okay? And then you're going to shoot it in the chat. So I'm going to trust you guys that you will complete that as a task right now. If you actually have you're on your laptop, grab your phone now. Quickly do it now. While we wrap up. So I'm going to close down this call. Yeah, you got a question?
Sorry. Yeah, you wanted me to ask you a couple of things, and I just remembered
Oh,
I'd written
yes.
them down. The app for Bali. You're going to talk about apps. Like,
Okay, cool. Yes,
yeah,
some
there's the
logistics. I
Grab
like
app,
this.
isn't there?
Okay, so there are some apps that you can download for Bali. So there's if you want transport, if I've got transport, which you can just do through WhatsApp and tell him. Otherwise, you can actually grab some apps like Gojek. Has anyone heard of that one? Gojek. That will allow you to order rides. They'll either be moped rides or taxi rides. It'll also allow you to order food from anywhere. So, and literally you can order food, like the best food on Gojek. Like sometimes I go to Bali and I don't even leave the hotel room. I just get Gojek. It's amazing. I get smoothies and crepes and acai berry bowls all delivered. Sometimes cacao. You can pretty much like get whatever you want on Gojek because they just pick it up on the mopeds and they get it, they make their way back to you. So you're spoilt for choice for eating yummy if you're on the run. But that basically app, you can upload your card and you can do anything through your card, or you can pay cash when you're there. But you've got a Go car, you've got a Go bike, you've got Go food, um, and then there's like other ones on there that I've never used, but you can have a little look at that when you get that downloaded. So
Oh,
that you'll
sorry, I'm
find.
still on.
Also,
Not on.
Grab is another one. Yeah, Grab is another one for taxis because some people have fear around who they're going to jump in a taxi with. So this is a great way to have it all monitored. However, I also do have a very safe guy who will send you transport and very much for your first flight at least or your flight or your drive home, you I can organize him or his team to pick you up. So that means when you get to the airport, there'll be a sign for you. It's got your name on it and you're good to go. And what else did I write there?
Um, oh, we're going to talk about ID numbers, but you might want to do that another day,
Okay, yeah.
maybe.
Cool.
Yeah, and there is something I could share as well that I got from my girlfriend Holly. She just sent me three different links, like one for Visa, one for this, and one for
Yeah,
that. I can't
beautiful.
remember
Could you
exactly
share
what it
that in
was.
the group chat?
Yeah.
So that's right. So if you do your visa before you go, way quicker to walk through. And it's just it's basically, I think it's done by your face in the end. So you just walk up to the machine, it remembers you and you walk through. And the only other one is you do have to do a declaration as well. So if you do it on your phone, you'll just have the email or take a snapshot. So when you get to the next desk after you picked up your bags, you just got to get your declaration scanned. Otherwise, you have to do it at the airport, which can be a bit more confusing, and I won't even be able to. It's all there. It's
That's
all
in
written
this
in
link
front of
as
you.
well, I
Huh?
think. It's in this link as well. She's given me
Yeah.
three different things. So yeah, she said make sure you do that. Like,
It makes it
you know,
easier.
a
It
day or
makes it
so
way
before you
easier
go.
and way
Yeah,
faster.
just walk through.
Yeah, and way faster. If you don't, by the way, like if someone was a last minute, like, oh, I'm on, um, we may have one extra spot. I don't know. Anyway, you can still do it at the airport, just so you know. Um, all right, that's that. I'm also asking around massages in the questionnaire, so that will be things that will be extra, but let's be honest, massages in Bali's cost nothing. So I've put an option there to have one up to three. Indulge, ladies, indulge. So I put a list there, and I'm just finding out from the owner at the moment who his ladies are, what they cost, etc. So, but yeah, you'd probably get three for under $100. Let's so it's pretty worth it. You don't even get one in Australia for $100, so so good. What else? And yeah, and also I'm gonna like my agreement is gonna have a clause in it around from here on out. Like I need to know, I need you to sign it, make a commitment, it's done. So I know because I start paying for each and every one of you. And if I overshoot that and then one of you pull out, like, yeah, who's got their hand? Someone put their hand up? I don't know. If someone pulls out, that's going to cost me, right? So, like I said, this Friday is going to be retrograde. If you can get your flights booked before then, even better and also it is a long weekend. The chances of that flight going up, I know on Jetstar for me at the moment, they're like 249 each way. So, you're better off getting it done sooner rather than later anyway. Um, and yeah, cool. Anything else? Anything else? I love having people remind me of things. So good. Thank you, Kylie. You don't understand how much I love that because I am the free flowing thing. So when someone like logically comes in and tells me what I've said, I say, can you write that down so if I forget? Oh, cool. Tans, do you have anything to add around running events or facilitating, or how you feeling
Um,
about it all? Because you've
no,
run a
no,
couple now.
exciting. Yeah. I think it's just, authenticity is key, right? So when you're fully living in what you should be doing anyway, it all flows really naturally and beautifully. So I think we're all gonna just have the best time.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Exciting.
All right, love you guys. You're amazing. I'm going to put this up onto YouTube so you can share it with whoever, your sister who didn't make it. And also remembering, by the time I have all these signed documents back, but hopefully by Friday, I'll know the numbers that we're currently at and what we're going to do with more numbers. But yeah, it'd be great to have everyone locked in that is already here showing up and making that decision, because once you make a choice, because that retrograde is going to go for 3 weeks, so it's a big chunk. So you make the decision, you're in, you go, right? Simple. All the other stuff, it's going to happen. Life's going to happen. Like life is going to happen. Yeah. You just make the choice for you, and then at some stage you're going to be sitting in Bali going, "Oh, thank God I made that right decision." Because, like, how can you not? Like, how can you not enjoy being in Bali, right? It's going to be like, "Oh, yeah, that was a great decision." And I remember that because I just went to Bali, and up until I went to Bali, life was absolute chaos. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to relax. I don't know. I didn't know what it was going to gift me until I was there, and I fell into the Bali vibes and those Indo vibes where everything surrenders off. It's just like gone, like reality doesn't even exist outside of there anymore. You actually fully get to know what it's like to be away from it all and be fully there, and it's so beautiful. It's the most nourishing, soul delicious yumminess ever. So all right, love you guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Alana. You're awesome.
Love you, love you,
See
love
you.
you.